I'm Mrs. Weiss. I'm going to be your student's pre-calculus teacher this semester. One of my classes, we have a co-teacher, Mr. Venus. This is my 21st year with MCPS and my 11th year here at QO. Besides teaching pre-calculus, I also teach calculus with applications and honors algebra 2. On the screen, you see my email address. You can write it down. You can find it on the QO website, and I'm also going to show you in my MCPS where you can click to email the teacher. This year there are 8 sections of pre-calculus. So if your student has me and their friend has a different teacher, it's okay. They can still work together. They can still be a study group. They can still call each other for homework help. We all use the same lessons on the same day with the same homework and the same resources, so they can still form that group even if they have a different pre-calculus teacher. I share my resources in a Google Drive folder, and this link right here will take you directly to that folder. I'm going to also show you where you can access that link through my MCPS. So here is our homepage in my MCPS. It is where you and your student can find all the important information about our class. I highly recommend reading the syllabus. I'm going to ask students on the first day of school to read it at night. It should take less than 5 minutes, but it goes through the specific details of our course. Any announcements I post, modules will include any resource videos, unit test review videos, substitute plans, and that's a nice way for me to embed those resources for the students. Feedback and grades takes you to student view and parent view. Daily class notes, this is the link to our Drive folder, which I will show you an example of in a moment. And then this is the email Mrs. Weiss. If you click it, it'll generate a new message and you can send me a direct email. If you want to email me before school starts or during the first week of school to say hi, tell me anything important about your student, please do so. I'd love if you reach out and let me know any important information. The lunch and learn times, I'm available as a resource to your student every single day at lunch. I have the first 20 minutes I'm closed, and then I'm available the rest of the lunch period. So any day I'm available after the first 20 minutes. And because we have so many various bell schedules here at QO, these are the specific times after that first 20 minutes where I'm open and students can come get help. If your student is stressed about their homework, if they are stressed about an upcoming assessment, if they are confused by something that happened in class, encourage them to see me. I want to help them. I'm here for them every single day and want to help them get through that stress and through that confusion so that they are successful in our class. The resources of our daily class notes and our unit calendars are all going to be in Google Drive. It's easy for the students to access this on their Chromebooks, on their phones, on their personal laptops. So on the first day of school, I'm going to have the students bookmark this folder. This is an example since we haven't started school yet. I don't have class notes for this year. We're going to have a unit calendar for every single unit. And this is an example from Algebra 2, but they will get one for pre-calculus where it shows by day what we're doing in class. If there's a YouTube video of a QO teacher teaching that lesson, what their homework is, and then a QR code in case they want to watch the video on their phone. There are no surprises. Students have this calendar up front for every single unit. For assessments, so again, this is Honors Algebra 2, but for pre-calculus, first semester is primarily no calculator. We don't use calculator for arithmetic. We don't use calculator for graphing. So on their calendar, any assessment that says no calculator is no calculator. In pre-calculus, every quiz will have a re-quiz opportunity. There are requirements the students have to do in order to take that re-quiz. There's no limit. If there are 5 quizzes during the quarter, they can take 1 re-quiz per quiz. So that would be 5 re-quizzes. They don't have to save one requiz opportunity for when they not sure. They can requiz every assessment, every quiz if they do the requirements for that requiz. Those requirements are shared upfront in class multiple times. They'll be posted in my MCPS announcements. I'll send them through Remind. And that's for quizzes. Unit tests are just the one unit test as a summative at the end of a unit. It is really important that your student does their math homework every single day that it is assigned. The math homework is that critical practice to make sure that, one, they can independently do the problems, and two, if they can't, they know they can't and they can come get help the very next day. So in their unit packet will be their homework. And since we don't have a textbook and we don't have a back of the textbook to share the homework answers, their homework answers will be in the back of these daily posted class notes. So every single day by date, and these are examples from last year, are the notes from that day. I will take what I wrote on the board and I print it to a PDF, and ta-da, here they are. And if your student is absent, they can come get the class notes, see what they missed, they can add them into their packet. If they want to print the posted notes, they can do that. If I go through something in class and it was just a little bit too quick for them, they can pull up the class notes like this at home and compare it to what they wrote down in their packet, so that makes sure they have every single important piece of information as a resource to them in their unit papers. So as I keep scrolling down, there are blank pages of the homework, so if they lose their packet or they can't find it one night, the blank problems are here. And then lastly are the answers. So the last pages of the posted notes are the homework answers. Sometimes it's just the answers. Other times we do show some work so they can compare their process with the final answer. So their process for math homework should look similar to this. They come home from school, they take out their math packet, they take out their calendar, they go to the right page, they do the problems. They can do one problem, check their answers, do the second problem, check their answers, or they can do all the problems and then check all their answers. But they're not finished their homework until they check their answers. That is a key step to knowing if they are successfully practicing the math. We don't want them practicing it wrong. When they're checking their answers, they need to take a colored pen and mark up their pages. So if they got it right, give them a check mark. If they got it wrong, put a little X or circle it. If they can find their mistake, using the separate color pen to mark where they found their mistake. If I show work in the answers like this, and their work doesn't match my work, next to their work, they shouldn't erase their work, but next to their work in the colored pen, they can add in the answers that are shown or the work that is shown so that we can compare. If they find homework is taking them too long, they're stressed out, or they're not getting a majority of it correct, they need to see me the very next day to get their confusion handled. I want them in here at lunch so we can take care of whatever that concept was, that misunderstanding, get them on track so that they feel that success going forward. Math is cumulative. Whatever they don't get on Monday is going to build into Tuesday and Wednesday and so on. So please encourage them to come see me. I want to help them. So I look forward to working with your student this year. Please email me if you have any questions, and I hope to see you at Back to School Night.